Hey guys, Jonah here, back with another beer review. It's been another one of those days when I've done a video, 100% did the video, and then for some reason, at the end, when I hit stop, it did something weird, and yeah, the file was corrupted, so I couldn't use it. And weirdly, it was the worst beer I've ever had. So, what do you do? And it was 6.5%. What do you do when that happens? You have one of the best beers ever. And that's why I'm drinking Theakston's Old Peculier, the legend. 5 and a bit, is it? 5.6. And it's been brewed since 1820. Oh no, sorry, 1627. Shamon. And yeah, Theakston's obviously up north. There we go. Cream Ale from North Yorkshire. HG4, which is Harrogate or near Harrogate. 500 ml can, 5.6. Pregnancy warning. Yeah. Avoid pregnancy at all costs. Gets in the way of drinking. If you want to do something at the brewery, there's a QR code that you're more than welcome to have. The other thing about this beer is it was one of the old school homebrewers from Australia, Paul Wicksteed. It was his favourite beer. And yeah, we've had a few people die lately, including my my good buddy Jim, who died. Well, it was his birthday yesterday, and that's why I did the review yesterday. But also Zippy, one of the other original brew tubers, and Kevin Clements, another one of the original, the first batch. Yeah, we were home brewing and doing YouTube brewing back in 2013, 2014, something like that. I actually did my first brews back in the 90s, the 1990s, but very sporadically. So it was really good. YouTube really helped me come out of my shell, and yeah, promoted me doing all these beer reviews and all that kind of stuff. So if you're new to the channel, that's kind of where I came from. I came in through home brewing, and then because I couldn't home brew for various reasons, if you want to know what the reasons are, feel free to ask, send me a message, whatever. So I moved into more beer reviews. Now, I've just noticed that there's a little thing on the cap. There's a neck chief. This is one of the best. One of the best. One of the traditional. One of the bad boys. Hopefully this isn't going to explode everywhere. I've got to be a bit paranoid opening beers, especially with bottle beers. Absolutely crazy. Oh, and Whitstable Bay, part of Shepherd Neame. They're one of the other old school breweries. They're the one near me, arguably one of the oldest in the country, but Theakston are doing pretty well as well. Right, we've got a flute. It will not fit a full 500. I know that. You probably know that too. So I'm going to be an aggressive kind of pour. It's been sitting around for a while, so I know that it's not going to fit in there. We'll see how well we do. Will I do a second pour? Don't know yet. We'll see how things go. And there she is, Old Peck. Oh, bring that in. If this brew comes to anything, then yeah, we shall see. Two Fingers Head, really dark chestnut colour. It is not pure black, dear viewer. You can see the let's polish the helmet. You see that? See the yeah, the carbonation's pretty good on there. Hence that head, off-white, lovely fluffy head. It'll probably fast disappear. It's going to be interesting having this one. Lovely, sweet, fresh, little bit of kind of sugar. Yeah, we're talking brown sugar demerara type thing. On the nose, a little bit of kind of citrusy hop, but it's going to be traditional hops. And coming from Masham, not mash up, Masham, obviously, which is in Yorkshire. Look, we're down to a finger's head or just over, as it is. Right, this one's for you, Paul and Jim. We used to drink Theakston's down the pub. And Paul Wicksteed, that is, Time for Another One, his handle was on YouTube. He was always trying to come up with a recipe for brewing this particular beer, the Old Peculier. And my friend Jim, he was always trying to find life and death from vocation. He wanted to find the recipe. We knew what hops were in there because they advertised the hops. A lot of citra in there. But he tried to brew it a few times and could never quite get it right. Anyway, cheers to you both. It won't be long before I'm joining you. My days are numbered, dear viewer, as a lot of you well know. So yeah, keep those bar stools in the sky warm, and yeah, I'll be up there soon. Cheers and beers. Oh, I have had this bad boy in the fridge for a while, but this one's super. This one is a really nice balance between the hops and the malts. I would say it still falls slightly on the malt side of things. You've got a lovely sweetness. You've got a lovely amount of kind of. It's not what I would call a Christmas pudding kind of beer, but it's definitely kind of edging on the Christmas cake. It's got that kind of cakey, kind of doughiness to the malt profile on there, but it does have a nice amount of bitterness too. And obviously that's coming from the hops. That's coming from a traditional kind of background in the hops. I can't actually remember what the hops they use. I'm looking at the Untapped, but it doesn't seem to say. Pardon me. But yeah, this is kind of. I think they were saying this is like an old ale. Yeah, I think it is. Anyway, I'm not going to stare intently at Untapped. You can have a look yourself. Untapped. If you're unaware, if you're Untapped, is a really good place. It's not just for beer tickers, although that's what mainly it's used for, but it's a really good source of information about venues, but also about the beers themselves. And a lot of the time, they'll let you know in there if there's something unusual or if there's hops. It'll tell you kind of what the hops are. Not all the time, like this one, it doesn't say that. It's a bit more kind of historic and talks about the where the beers kind of come from. But this is a really good example of a traditional bitter ESB, perhaps you might call it, but really, really good. Oh. This is the kind of beer, and I've had it on cask a few times, and this is the kind of beer that you could drink. You could have one or two and make it last the whole evening. You can walk around the pub holding. The landlord wouldn't like you doing that, but you can do it. Walking around chatting to people, slowly supping this beer. You probably couldn't do more than about 3 or 4, just because it's got that kind of real heavy, kind of strong thing going on. But Some people might. I wouldn't put it past some people to drink some quantity of this beer. Me personally, well, you know me, I like drinking lighter amounts like halves and things like that. But um, fantastic beer. Look at the lacing as well. That top one has kind of disappeared, but that second one is still holding very strong. Um, okay, the head itself has kind of dissipated a little bit, but oh, pardon me, wow. Because I put this in the fridge, must have been in the fridge for at least a week, two maybe. Um, fantastic beer. In fact, I got given this beer in lieu of payment for doing my training course. At the end of the day, um, the trainer, Christine, who's out there, hello, Christine, if you're watching this, kind of put a brace of bottles of beer on the table at the end of the thing. And a lot of people were driving. And people left. I was the last person, apart from her, to leave the camera headquarters, and there were a few beers left. And I said, you know, I'm driving back to my hotel because I was staying an extra evening. And she goes, yeah, just take a few with you. And I was like, dude, like, why didn't the other people take beers with them as well? So I grabbed a few, and this was one of them. And I knew I wanted to have this one because of the links with Paul Wicksteed. Fantastic guy. Check out his channel, Time for Another One. He built his own brewery. I was incredibly jealous of the way he did it. He made a proper job out of it. And yeah, three vessel system, fantastic thing. And he was a really nice guy too. Oh, it's nice because even though it's a multi-bar store, and by that I mean it's a multi beer, it's a sweet beer, it does have a nice level of hopping. Um, Obviously, more in the traditional sense of hopping, but really, really nice beer, really creamy. Yeah, it's a good one. Anyway, I'm fast reaching the bottom. I know I've got a little bit left in the bottle, but I think I'm going to finish that off camera. Please take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Remember, beer does make you smarter, but there's always time for another one. Cheers and beers.